Hello, and welcome back to my channel. That was a brief sound comparison between the Neo and the Agar using the same specs for both boards, which are HMX Yogurt V2 with a polypropylene plate, no foam, and GMK keycaps. Now I hope this quick sound test helped you guys on deciding which one sounds better, and please feel free to comment your thoughts down below. Now for this next part, I'm going to share my thoughts on these two amazing 60s, on which one would I choose and which sounded better for me. Please do keep in mind that this is based on my own personal preference, by the way. So first of all, in terms of sound, right off the bat, I think the Neo sounds much better than the Agar, especially on the spacebar. Now I'm not saying that the Agar sounds bad by any means. Both boards sound incredible, just that when comparing to the Neo, personally the Neo got the edge on the Agar. Now the Neo sounds way brighter and fuller and has a higher overall volume compared to the Agar. Most important thing is that the spacebar on the Neo slaps significantly more. Meanwhile, the Agar sounds deeper and thinner and a smidge more on the dry side. I'd say that it has more of a classic clack reminiscent of the older days of custom keyboards. The Agar also has more resonance, especially on the sides, the bottom row, and the daughter board region, which is right here. It's not necessarily a flaw, I don't mind it at all, but if you prefer a much cleaner sound, then the Neo takes this category. Now overall sound wise, if you're more into, a bit thinner and deeper yet clacky sound profile, then I think you would be happy with the Agar. But if you're more into the clacks like me, and you prefer a brighter, fuller sound profile, and generally a higher volume, I think you should go with the Neo. Okay, so let's move on to the aesthetics. Well, what can I say? There's visually no competition here. The Agar has more of a premium looks to that of the Neo. Again, not saying the Neo looks bad. It looks great, to be honest, albeit a bit basic, but compared to the Agar, it just doesn't pop as much. The Agar has this beautiful yet elegant curvy side profile, and for me, this is the best selling point of the Agar, which is the overall design. The one thing that immediately comes to my mind when I look at the side profile of the Agar is that it has the same vibe to the Linworks Dolphin TKL. Now that board has always been in my list of must-try keyboards because I just love that chunky and curvy design of the Dolphin, but unfortunately I couldn't get my hands on one because it's just stupid expensive, even if you're looking for a used one. With more or less the same price, I would rather go for the F1 by Gion. Back to the Agar, not just the side profile but the back as well, and as you can see, the Agar has a smaller weight but it's still pretty hefty. I love this small chamfer around the edges and also the wavy lines. This adds further details to the overall design of the weight. That being said, there's only one weight option for the Agar, which is copper. Unlike the Neo where you can choose from up to 7 different options, I'm gonna put them on the screen just so you guys can take a look. Speaking of the Neo, there's not much going on in terms of the weight design. It's just this big ass weight with the compass logo in the middle. And I love this, by the way. The big weight design of the Neo60 Core reminds me of the Singa unicorn. Of course not as premium, but still holds plenty amount of weight and it looks very clean. This compass is magnetically removable, by the way. Get it out and it reveals where you can store the 2.4 dongle if you're running a tri-mode PCB. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention about the Agar's weight. If you look closely, there's a boat gliding on the waves, starry sky, and what looks like a shooting star or a meteor. I seriously cannot tell. I love this attention to details as it makes the design way more interesting. It also fits the theme of the Agar. The weight almost feels like a canvas, whereas the Neo's looks a bit more plain in comparison. So at the end, I think if you prioritize sound over looks, then you should go with the Neo. But if you are more into the aesthetic, then you should definitely go with the Agar. I mean, at this price point, I seriously don't think you can go wrong with either one. Now, personally, I'm leaning towards the Neo because of the spacebar alone to sell it for me. I don't mind the appearance of the Neo. I still think it looks great. Of course, the Agar beats it by a mile, but that is just not enough for me to pick the Agar over the Neo, as the sound of the Agar just doesn't suit my personal taste. It still sounds really good though, but not as much as a Neo for me. Okay, so that was my quick 2 cents on the Neo and the Agar. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next videos. Take care. Stay frosty. Bye-bye.